The Wilkes Street Tunnel, once a fixture of the local newspaper in the mid to late 1900s, lost its journalistic spotlight at the dawn of the 20th century. The tunnel never made large headlines again and retreated to the minutiae of daily life. More vagrancy, more kids using the deteriorating tunnel for a cover for poker or a parapet to hurl rocks at oncoming pedestrians and passing cars below. The tunnel continued in use until 1975 when the tracks were removed, this time for good. The tunnel was soon repurposed as the pedestrian and bike pathway as it stands today. Somewhere between then and today, a historical marker was placed forward of the eastern entrance, detailing the history and legacy of the tunnel. That faded sign, like the tunnel, has also seen its better days. Plaques on the western end of the tunnel tell more of its history and connection to the once influential railroad that traversed through it. It's hard to tell if anyone notices beyond the casual tourist or the jogger taking a short breather. The closure of the tunnel was likely due to the decline of industrial activity on the Alexandria waterfront. The Old Town area has only increased in popularity in the years since the tunnel's closure, becoming a Northern Virginia showpiece of new posh shops, stores, and restaurants still showing a faint veneer of the city's past. That doesn't mean the tunnel has left the public eye in recent years. In the internet information age, the tunnel has made a resurgence of interest on travel websites, biking blogs, Flickr pages, and wedding photos. Looking at Google Maps, the overhead view shows the curved road where the track from Union Street bent sharply into the Wilkes Street Tunnel. You can see evidence of the track exiting the western end of the tunnel near the Safeway grocery store. The pavement is still discolored, showing where the track was undoubtedly filled in after the mid-1970s. A small park called Windmill Hill is just over the bluff, providing the bookend to the overpriced homes of the city's nouveau riche on the right side of the eastern entrance. There is a spacious basketball court and playground where kids play. No doubt they are local to the area. One would highly doubt they refer to themselves as residents of Tunneltown, as they did so long ago. Walking through the tunnel, you don't feel any cold spots that some bloggers love to pontificate about in their content. You can still see the simplistic vaulted sandstone walls as you walk into it. The farther you walk in, the more you take in the landmark's dank, mossy bouquet, especially on a warm day. At the tunnel's center point, approximately half of the 170-foot distance, it is very dark, even in the daytime. Your mind does wonder if you are standing at the exact point where Private Scotton was murdered, where they dragged the dead body to be crushed by a passing train during the American Civil War, and, of course, where Molly McKinney struggled with her violent husband before being shot 4 times. You walk in the same blood-soaked path she did in near darkness before she sought help out into the daylight. You don't feel an otherworldly presence while you're in the tunnel, but your mind will at least wander with its strange and complex history carefully in tow. Very little else of the historic track remains in Alexandria. But then again, Alexandria is no longer the type of city that sustains railroads, foundries, and tanneries as it did in its commercial and industrial heyday. The tunnel in many cases is one of the few remaining pieces of that city's history, untainted by gentrification and modern conveniences. The city that exists around it today is much different. Alexandria, for better or worse, has evolved into Tunneltown's polar opposite. It wasn't always high-priced townhomes, Alexandria archaeologist Garrett Fessler once said. It was a working, thriving city. Whatever tiny part the Wilkes Street Tunnel played in that narrative, it kept its working class literally on track. Thank you for watching Offbeat Nova's exploration of the troubled history of the Wilkes Street Tunnel. For the full in-depth look, go to the website www.offbeatnova.com.